I'm sharing my screen, and before we go on to the topic, any questions from the previous topics from anyone? Have you all started your hands-on?
Because I have
Yes, please go ahead.
because actually we discussed about the dot ignore, right? So once the dot ignore file is created, we need to add and commit. So that after that, if I create any file like some X and that name, if I add it into the dot ignore, even though it is showing as in Git status.
Have you saved your .ignore file?
Yes.
Can you post that screenshot so that I could understand exactly? Post the
Will
screenshot in the group, or else at the end of the class, you can share your screen so that I can understand the error better.
do.
Any more queries? All right. So let's begin. Yesterday we were talking about the concept of branching, right? So today we'll create a branch, we'll create a new branches from master, and we'll see how you integrate changes from one branch to another. So whenever you do git status, you can see the branch name here. And now we are on master branch, and this is the log of the master branch. Like we have 2 commits and 2 files. And now, if you want to see list of all the branches, git branch, it is master only. Now I'm going to create a new branch from master. So you can imagine it's a copy from master. Git branch minus B1 master. So this will create a branch called B1. It's a copy of master. That's right. Let's run this. No B flag required here. Git branch, new branch name. That's the syntax. New branch name and the parent branch name, or child branch name and the parent branch name. So branch is created. Now if you run git branch list, it will show you the list of all the branches. But there is asterisk on master, indicates you are on the master branch. You can switch across these branches. As of now, you are on master branch, so it was showing as such on master. So if you want to go to the B1 branch, as of now, I'm on master, and whatever commands I execute now, like maybe any commands will be applicable in master. So I want to switch, I want to go to B1. Git checkout will help you switch the branch. See, switch to B1. Now if you see the same command git branch, it will again show you the list of branches, and star is on B1, means you are on B1 branch. Right? So star B1, you're on B1, and if you do ls, git ls files on B1. See, you got the commits as well as the files copied. You can also check the log of B1. Log one line will give you the log of B1. Means whatever commands you run now will be applicable on B1. Right? So we got 2 commits, 2 files to B1 as well. Let's create some new file on B1. I'm creating a new file. Now the same old story. What should we do? Where is the file now? See, it's on branch B1, but again untracked because it's a new file. Git cannot track it. What you should do? Git add.
Yeah, git add.
Git commit minus M. Let's say B1 changes, B1 modifications or something like that. Right, done. So you can see at the backend, the file got committed. When you see the status, it shows as clean. Right? Understood. So you have the 3 files, everything, the same concept. So now you have added, they were moved to staging area and committed. Everything is fine. Now I have 3 files on B1 and I have 3 files on 3 files as well as commit history. Let's check the commit. Git log, one line will show the log of B1. So third commit. Right? Perfect. It's working as expected. If you want to check the log of any other branch, same command and you can give the branch name here. It will show you the log of master. So if you see log of master, like it's having only 2 commits, right? So meaning whatever changes you are doing now after creating a branch are applicable only to the branch on which you are working. Like I made some branches on B1, it's applicable only for B1, correct? So it's not applicable on master. So how do you, let's suppose I want to bring those changes to master. First, let's go to master. How to switch the branch? How to go to master branch?
Check out.
Check out
Uh,
the,
master.
yeah, going to master. Now, if you see the status, it's good. If you see ls or git ls files, it will show you only 2 files, git log master. Right, only 2 commits. Perfect. It's working as expected. Parallel entities, coding or changes are happening on one branch. Good. Right now, how do you integrate? Let's suppose, okay, B1 is like a temporary branch. Let's imagine B1 is for temporary purpose to check the changes. I have done that. So now how to get those changes back? Means how do you integrate changes from B1 to master? Now I want to integrate changes from B1 to master. So that's where merge comes in. From B1 to master. This is how you can integrate changes from B1 to master, right? So how do you do that? Git merge B1 master, right? You are integrating changes from one branch to another. So do you see here? You got file 3, like if you do ls or git ls files, you can see the files. Also, if you see the log, right? This is your log. Understood? Any questions? This is what is simple branching and merging. That's a simple merge. The syntax is git merge source branch and destination branch. This is the syntax. Git merge source branch and destination. Source branch is from where you want to bring the changes. Destination branches into which branch you want to integrate the changes.
Hello, ma'am. I don't know if I missed on one of your points. I'm just asking you a question. If you look at the log there, when you put, I mean, the last, the last, yes, those lines there. So when you want to see the log, then the last 2 lines it displays as first file and second file. Can you please explain that again? What does that first file and second file mean?
Commit messages. We did commit messages, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Those are the commit messages I have given to those commits. You will see the commit message there. First
Okay. So
7 characters of the commit and then the commit message.
okay.
Preeti, it will throw error if we merge master to B1.
It will not throw any error. You can merge anyways.
Okay, then how to identify which one is our master and which one? Like, suppose I am working someday and later someone is else working in our organization someday. So, if merging has to be done, then how to identify which one is the master one? like master, you can understand which one is the from the main file where we are copying and updating, and later we can again putting into that
Just
one.
by seeing this, that's what, after some time, after some couple of months, you cannot identify just by looking into it. You can't identify which commit is coming from which branch. That's not possible.
Okay, thank you.
How frequently one has to do the merge? Is it any standard?
Louder, please, if anyone is speaking. Volume is too low.
What is the practice of merging?
No, can't hear you at all. But yeah, I can sense someone is speaking but cannot hear anything. Is it the case with others also, or can you hear him? Someone is speaking.
What is the
Can you
practice
hear
of
him?
merging?
No, 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 it's not audible.
Or it has to be done. Is there any standard practice?
Can't hear you. Is it Nag? Can't hear you. Sorry. Louder, please. Please check your mic.
Ma'am, what is the standard practice of merge?
Standard practice of merge is generally we work on temporary branches and merge them to the actual or the stable branches. Like there will be one branch allocated for every environment, like dev environment, test, prod, and so on. So you will merge changes from one branch to another. Where particularly you work on some temporary branches like B1 and merge them back to the master. That's a general practice, not only master, to other branches like dev or the standard branches. See, whenever developers or anyone want to make any change, we wouldn't be making on the actual branches. Sometimes that's not allowed. Not sometimes, most of the times, main actual branches, like I told you, right? There'll be stable branches dedicated for each environment, like dev, stage, test. Those branches will be blocked from direct commits. You can't commit there directly. What we will do, we will create a new branch. We'll check out a branch, a feature branch kind of from the main branches and make changes there. Okay, and once you make changes there and working, you'll merge them to the actual branch. That's the actual case.
Ma'am, is it tested after like once changes are made to B1, it is tested well for errors and then it's merged into the master branch?
Yes, you will be running a pipeline for that. You will execute a CI/CD on that branch. Once it is doing well, we merge it to master.
Okay, thank you.
So this is a simple, use case for simple merge. Let's execute one more scenario. Let's say I'm creating a file 4. Okay, so if you see here, obviously, like the same old story, it's an untracked file, it's in a working directory. Let us add the file. I'm doing all these changes on master. So let us add the file. Let's commit. Master modifications. Okay, done. So I have made some commit here and the new file. If I see the log here, git log 1 line. So you can see this on master. So do you think this fourth file, fourth commit are available on B1? Will they be available on B1?
No.
No, right? Yeah, let's switch. Git checkout B1. Right, see if you see ls here, you don't have any files, git ls files also, right? You don't see the file. Right, fourth file is not there. Okay, fine. That's obvious. Let's say I want to create some file here. File 4.txt. Okay, so like I created a file which is in the working directory. So let me add this. Git add file for git commit -m v1 modifications. Yeah. So done. Git status. So you can see all the changes committed. Now let's suppose again the same use case, like we made some changes. We want to put the changes back. I mean, I want to just go and integrate the changes to master. Will this work? Can we integrate changes from B1 to master in this use case? Is it possible? Just give me a minute. I'll be back. Sorry, I'm back. So now I want to integrate changes back to master. Is it possible? What happens now? What do you think will happen now? Before that, first let me check out to the branch, git checkout master. So now, what is a command to merge first? I want to integrate changes from B1 to master. What is the command?
Git merge B1 to master.
Yeah.
Git merge B1 to master. So what
Master.
happens now? Do you think it will merge successfully, or what happens? And what is the like problem now? You see, what is the problem? What happens now?
If I am correct, is the working directory pointing to master right now? It's not with B1.
Now
I'm not
just
sure.
we switch it, right? You can check if you
It's-
are having any doubt. You can check this way. I just now
Oh,
got.
it's at B1. Okay.
No, I'm on master. Just now I switched to master. The star indicates on which branch you are on.
Okay. Okay.
So if I run this, what happens? Okay, there is an answer in the chat from Srinivas. Same file already exists, so overlap, says Srinivas. Okay, so whenever you do this kind of merge, right, it may give you a conflict. What is the reason for conflict? Why do you get a conflict? Generally, people think that it's a file name, same file name, right? Here I created file 4, there also I have file 4. But there is also something beyond this file name which one should understand. What happens at the backend? Let's see. Let's try to understand this and analyze the scenario. See, first I'm writing what all the things happen. We are on master. First of all, I made a file 4 here and I made a commit called commit A. Right? Some commit happened here. Is this commit available on B1? Let's say this is on B1. Do we have that on B1?
No, they are separate copies. No.
Right? We don't have this. Perfect. Now, second step, what I did, I came to B1. Here also, I made some file 4, made some commit B. Is this commit available on master?
Hmm.
No, right? As a third step, we are trying to merge. Means I want to bring the changes to master. From B1. Right? I want to bring changes from B1 to master and make a merge. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to merge changes from B1 to master. This is the third step. And if you are trying to integrate changes from one branch to another, like this is how you have the use case and you are trying to merge. So whenever you are merging, the concept of merge is integrate changes from one branch to another. Means if you, let's say this is your let's say this is your commit history of this file 4 on B1. Okay, it's simply B. And here if you see the, imagine they are like a box, okay? Imagine a snapshot or a box, whatever you think. So this is how it is. The concept of merge means this box should come and sit here. Does it mean that it will overwrite this A and keep only B? Or else keep only A and ignore B, right?
It will not override.
No, it will like inside A, B will be there.
So it should not override the existing commits and it should not, means it shouldn't replace the A and keep B. At the same time, it shouldn't ignore B, right? So both the cases shouldn't happen. So then what should happen? How to handle this? Git has a confusion. Because the concept of merge is integrating changes from one branch to another means whatever commits you have here, like the snapshot, this B box should come and sit here. Does it mean that it overrides A or does it ignores B? Which changes to keep? Git has a confusion at this case and Git cannot decide. It will not, but it will not override or it will not ignore because that's what we learned, right? Git allows people to work simultaneously on the same file. So it cannot do anything and Git has a doubt which changes, which commits to keep in the destination branch during this merge. That's where it gives you a conflict. Conflict is good to have. It's giving you, it's telling you what to do. Right? Like what to do means like it is reporting you. It will inform you with a conflict saying that you have to resolve this conflict. You are the owner of this file. You have to resolve the conflict. That's the reason for conflict. Conflict is not something bad or it's not an error. It's a way to tell you which changes to keep so you can take a decision. Understood the reason for conflict means one thing is there are two reasons you get a conflict. First thing, of course, same file, but that should be along with the same file and the destination branch. Sorry, source branch. Source branch. What is the source branch?
B1.
Source branch B1 is missing some commits which are there on destination. Means see, B1 branch is missing this commit A. Right? So when it is when it is trying to integrate, you are getting this problem. You will not get this scenario, this situation in this case. See here, same thing. Let's say you have B1, but B1 is like, we just made a copy from master. We just created this one here. Okay, imagine now it has got this. If you are merging this one, in this case, if you are merging this to master, do you get a conflict? Do you think so? This is another use case. Okay, let's say you have master. Okay, let's suppose master is having commit A. You then created a branch B1. Obviously, it will also have it. Now, if you merge in this case after making B, do you get a conflict?
No, no conflict. Just
AB is there here, A is there. Integrating means keep this AB here. So it's perfect, no conflict, even though file is same. Let's assume it's the same file name. No conflict. File name is same, but no conflict. So it's not just simply file name. File name along with the source branch missing some commits on the destination. Then you get this conflict. Understood the reason for conflict. Generally, people think that if it's the same file name, we get a conflict, but this is the actual case. If source is missing some commits which are there on destination, that's where you get a conflict. Understood? So how to resolve it, we'll learn. If you learn this use case, the scenario of why you get a conflict, we can proceed to how do you fix it. Good to go, or any questions, confusions?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Hmm.
So when you say that B is missing on some commits that A is having, there is a conflict, right? So does it mean that we can merge files at the work at the time when they are in the working directory or at the staging area, but not after being committed?
Okay, first thing is, let me make it clear. Whenever you are merging, you are merging the commits. You would never merge the files. That's the first thing. Means whenever you merge, whatever commits in the source branch will be integrated into destination branch. When I say this, you merge the commits, your commits will be merged. Nothing from working directory. Whatever committed changes are there, those will be merged, not something from your working directory.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
yeah. So now let us try to run this command and see what happens. Merge destination, not something we can merge. Oh, sorry. I should give the branch name B1 and master. So yeah, do you see, first read this, auto merging failed. You cannot automatically merge because Git has a confusion. Git is after all a tool, right? It will not override, it will not ignore, but it will inform you, right? If it overrides or it ignores, there is no point of using it. So it will inform you. So it says that merge conflicts. Automatic merge failed. Okay, automatic merge failed. You have to fix the conflict. I mean, you have to fix this and commit the results. Right? If you see here in this file 4, right, you can see here changes from, means this is another advantage of using an editor like VS Code. It will show you changes from both the branches. This is from the current branch master. This is from the child branch, which is coming like source changes. It will give you an option. Do you want to keep only the changes of master, or do you want to keep only changes, incoming changes from B1, or do you want to keep both, or do you want to compare? Right? If you don't use VS Code editor also, you can see this, but it will be a bit difficult to manage when you open this in an editor like this. See, it will also show you the same. See, do you see this contents from the current branch from B1, but you don't see those automatic options to choose. So it will be a bit difficult to manage conflicts this way through a notepad kind of editors. So VS Code editors, IntelliJ, all these provides with such options as they come with some Git extensions. See here, if you go to the extensions, you can search for some Git extensions and install it. I think it comes with a default one to see this. If not, you can install some extensions. See, I think I didn't install any extension by default. This shows, but if you need more automatic way to push or pull or something, you have extensions as well for that, like plugins. But yeah, by default, you can see this. For this, you don't need any plugin. So now as a person who are the owner of these changes, you can decide which changes to keep. Am I making sense? You decide whether to keep only the existing changes or incoming or both. You choose it. Okay, I'm choosing both. Right now it appeared this way, save it. So whenever you modify and save any file, what should you do in Git?
Commit.
Add and commit. Okay, some message like resolve with the conflicts. Okay, so if you see the status, it's clean. Got it, right, everyone?
Pretty, if it is only, it will look for only files or the content of file also.
Files or?
Content of files also it will check.
It will check basically the commits. Okay, so obviously when in your commit, if you add a new line, that would be integrated, right? Git works with respect to changes. So,
Okay, so
Mm.
if I modify file 3 in the branch 1, branch B1, so while making that, it will look for the option file 3 and file 4 also, right? File 4 is newly created and file 3 is updated
whatever
and
commits
committed in
are
the.
there,
Yeah.
whatever commits are there in source, it will try to bring it to destination. So yes, all the commits.
Okay, got it.
So here you can see the conflict is resolved. If you see that conflict is resolved, and if you see that, you can see like on branch master. Okay, this is good. So now you tell me, so this is how it is. Now, do you think the content of file 4 on B1 will be modified? In B1, will it have 2 lines or only 1 line? On B1 branch on file 4. What would be the content of file 4 on B1 branch?
It
Just
will
a
be only
line.
one line, I think.
Let's see. See, only 1 line because your destination branch will be affected. Source branch will not be affected, right? Got it, everyone? So this is the use case of branching and merging.
So from the master branch, is it possible to check how many branches are there or something like that?
Yeah, how many branches are there? You can check, right? Git branch.
Okay.
Any branch, you can check you can run git branch command. It will list you all the branches.
Okay. Right.
And we are on B1. The star indicates you are on B1. That's a simple concept of branching and merging, which you need to have clarity. Generally, people think that if it's the same file name, you get a conflict. You will not get. Actually, that's the first scenario, right? You have some files on both the branches, master and B1. Then on B1, I made a new file, or you could have edited the same file. You will not get a conflict, right? So source is missing some commits which are there on destination. That's where you get a conflict. Hope it is clear for everyone.
Preeti, I have a question.
Mhm.
What if I pulled from master branch? After that, I try to push from B1 to master branch. If there is different code in the
1 second, sorry to interrupt you. Can you make your question more clear? What is meant by pulling from master and pushing to master?
no, if I pull from master branch to the B1 branch,
Means you are
after
talking
that,
about merging from master to
no. If I pull from latest code from master branch to B1 branch, I mean
that is not
the local
possible.
branch.
That's not possible. If you are talking about the pull itself, you cannot pull from B1 to master. B1 remote to B1 local.
Okay, I mean, we try to pull the latest code from master branch, right, to the branch we created in our local.
You pull the changes, you pull the latest changes, correct?
Yeah, after that,
From master on remote to master on local,
yeah,
not from master to B1.
okay. Yeah, in that scenario, when I try to push the changes I done in the file from B1 to master, if there is same different code in the file, I mean,
Prakash, I'm sorry, you are clubbing two things. You are saying pull and push from master to B1. First of all, we did not start push and pull. You know that, right? We did not go to
Yeah.
remote. If you are really talking about those push and pull to remote, then you are
Okay.
saying you are pushing from master to B1. This doesn't exist, this scenario. You push from master to master only, from remote master to local master. Or if you are talking about merge, are you saying it is merge? Git merge from master to B1. So just clarify them and make your question clear, please.
Okay. Okay.
See, actually, we were on local repository. This is on local repository, and these are the branches you have. Okay, you can merge from B1 to master or from master to B1. This is called merging. We never call this as pull. Okay, now if you want to push them to remote, like which we are talking about on our day one. If you are talking about this, we did not go to this remote. We did not go to this remoted. We are still on our local. But if you are talking about this pull and push, if you are pulling or pushing, okay, from local to remote, let's say you want to push from local to remote, from B1 to B1. This is how you will push. Or pull also from master to master. This is how you pull. After getting into local, you may merge to B1 or whatever it is. So now if you have this clarity, now you can ask your question again.
Yeah. That's okay, Priti. I will ask you later.
So just keep that question on hold until we get on to that remote, okay? So that
Okay.
you can compose your question better.
Okay. Priti.
So this is about branching on merging on local. See, we were still on local, right? Like I just mentioned, we were still on local. I believe you remember this. We have to do here many other things before we go on remote. We were still here. Now we got a conflict, we resolved it. This is on conflict on local. You may go to remote as well. Like you'll push your changes to remote. You may get conflicts with others as well. We'll also look into those use cases. Okay. The concept is same. Why you get conflict is same. How do you resolve is same. Right. But you'll get a conflict with others. We'll look into that use case as well once we start our remote. So this is about branching and merging. Are we clear? If so, I'll take up another use case, which is called stash. Let's talk about a concept called stash. What is stash? Let me give me an example. Suppose you are you are making some changes to file 1 and file 2. Okay, you are making these changes. And you are making some changes and these changes are in working directory. Okay, so now you want to integrate these changes, right? But before that, they were still in the working directory and the work is halfway done. Meanwhile, there is some priority task came from the manager and I want to make some changes to this file 3 and commit this or push to remote as well. Commit to your local and then push to remote as well. This is on priority. But if this is the case, file 1, file 2, half of the work is done, they are in the working directory. So if this is the case, whenever I try to commit or if I try to do anything, it will keep on showing me that file 1, file 2 are unstaged. Please add and commit. But I can't add and commit them, right? Because half of the work is done. Only half of the work is done. At the same time, I can't discard them. Am I correct? I can't discard them. So what can I do? Always the best practice is whenever you push or whenever you merge, right? Always the best practice is to keep the repository clean. You can't just keep some working directory changes and all and commit other changes. Always the best practice when you merge or when you push to remote, it should be the repository should be clean, right? So what to do now? Do we get rid of the changes or what to do?
I mean, we can update the file 1 and file 2 into the .gitignore file and make it as clean way.
See, if I do that, file will not be ignored completely. I want those files, only those unstaged changes I don't want. If I put it ignore, entire file will be ignored. I will not see them in the repository. I want them, only the unstaged changes. So in that case, you can put them on some temporary shelves. Those are virtual temporary shelves, which you can keep on hold. This is the concept of stash. And okay, once my priority tasks are done, if I want to continue my incomplete work, then I can get them back, which is called unstash. Interesting, isn't it? Understood theoretically? We'll go for the hands-on on this. Let's go. Let's check the status. Yeah, it's cool. You can do it on B1 as well. I'm going to master. Git checkout master to switch the branch. Now I am on master. And let's say I'm making some changes to file 1. Right? So now if you see, I made changes to 2 files. It will show you like unstaged changes, right? B1, you have unstaged changes on master, which are file 1 and file 2. Now, whenever I try to commit or try to merge, I would be seeing this message, unstaged changes. But I don't want to stage them because it may corrupt the project, right? Incomplete changes if I push. So I just want to keep them on hold. Simply run the command stash. Stash command will move whatever unstaged changes in your working directory to the temporary shells. See, it says that saved working directory, index state, work in progress on master. And if you see the status, yes, you don't have this. See, those changes are not there. Do you mean that you discarded them? We didn't discard, but we have staged them. Git stash list. See, every stash will create a stash number. Stash number starts from index number starting from 0. So git show stash number, right? It will show you the changes this way. Git status or git stash list, right? It will show you the stash. So if you want to get the changes back, unstash, right? How do you do that? Git stash pop stash number. What this will do? This will clear the stash from the temporary shelves. Right? It will clear from the temporary shells, like it will remove from the temporary shells, as well as it will get them changes back to the working directory. Let me show you. It will clear from temporary shells. See, it will show you dropped this, means deleted it from temporary shells. If you see stash list, you don't have that. Also, here you can see your changes are back. If you see status, yes. Clear? Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this is how you do stash and unstash. There are multiple ways you can do this unstash. Let me also take you through those. I'm stashing again. Simply git stash. See, I'm stashing again. So if you stash, you can see the stash list. Yes, it got stashed and you see the status clean. Now, if you want to get them back, git stash pop. There is another way, stash apply. What is the difference between pop and apply? Both will unstash. Okay, both will bring the changes back to the working directory, but apply will not delete from the temporary shelves. It will keep a copy on the temporary shelf as well. Right? If it keep a copy on temporary shelves, what is the advantage? I'll talk about that, but first let me run this. See, earlier you saw something like dropped, but now you don't see that because you still have a copy here. Git stash list, you still have a copy on the temporary shells and your changes are back. Understood the difference between pop and apply? I'll give you the use case, but before that, have you identified the difference between pop and apply?
Yes.
Yeah. Pop will delete from the temporary shells and unstashes. Apply will not delete from temporary shells, but will unstash. Unstashing is common. You can unstash through pop and apply, but yeah. Is this clear for everyone? Any questions? This is the simple concept of stash and unstash. And yeah, now the difference between dot git ignore and stash also clear, I believe. You got the difference, right? Between ignore and stash. Generally, people have this confusion. Are we clear with the differences?
Yes.
Right. So the difference is if you do ignore, the file will be completely ignored. Here only the unstaged changes are ignored. Okay, let me show you the another type of stash if this is clear. Git stash. Whenever I do this, whatever changes, like it could be 2 files, 3 files, everything will be stashed. But let's say I want to stash only a one file. Maybe I want to go commit other file, but I just want to stash a particular. Git stash, right? A particular file only, not all the files. So git stash minus p, right? So this is called partial stash or stashing a specific file, right? So if you do this, here you can see a partial stash, like it will ask you on every file. See, on file 1, it's asking you, you can give yes, no, if you want to split, there were so many other options. Let's say I want to stash this. Now it's asking for file 2. Do you see that? Give no here, right? So this is called partial stash or a specific stash. So I'm stashing file 1. So I gave yes. I don't want to stash file 2. So no. I don't want stash file 2 means file 2 is still there in the working directory. Do you see the difference? Git status, still you have changes here, but you have stashed, stash list, right? You have two because earlier one I did not delete, right? So you can see what changes are there and then you can unstash whichever stash you want. And if you want to stash this again separately, git stash, as there is only one file, third stash will be created. So you can unstash whatever stash number you want, like stash pop or stash apply. And what is the importance of apply? Why we should do or when we should do apply?
If you want to maintain a copy in the stash also.
And how that
Um,
will help us?
Basically, we will still have that version of the file in stash,
Yeah.
even
See,
if
if
we
you
make
want
changes
to,
to the working directory.
yeah, if you want to continue this incomplete work on some other branch, you could keep a copy there. So that go to other branch, then unstash there, continue this incomplete work, right? So stash is a repository level. You can avail this from any other branch. That is the importance of apply. Understood? Let me show you. Git checkout B1. I'm switched to B1 branch. Now if you do stash list, see, let's say I want to continue this incomplete work on B1, not on master. So you check whatever changes you need by stash show and then stash pop. Here I am getting those changes. Making sense? That's the importance of apply. If you keep it here, you may get it, you may continue this work on other branch. Understood? Am I clear? Oh,
Yes.
yeah. See, switch to master. You are on master branch now. Right now we are on master. Git stash. Right. So you can see git status, it's clean, right? This is how you can switch across the branches and stash and unstash, but you don't need that, but just understand that's the importance of keeping it on stash, temporary shells using stash apply. Now, let's say I want to delete the stash. Git stash drop stash number, right? That will delete it without unstashing. You got the difference between pop and drop, right? See, it will just delete from here and the index number moves forward. So it has deleted this. So that's how you can delete from the temporary shells. Let's say I want to delete it. I don't want to continue this incomplete work. Maybe it's no more needed. So I can do this way. I can just drop it this way. Now I still have two of them. If I still want to delete it, git stash clear. That will delete the whole thing. Okay, git stash list. Nothing is here.
Pretty, as you mentioned, the slash is at the repository level. So if any of the slash is cleared in any of the branch, but how others will come to know the slash number is will change, right?
You can see this way, right? Git stash, show the stash number. What changes are there? You can see this way. As of now, I don't have it, but this is how you can see what changes went into that stash.
So we need to check again, and we need to
Yeah,
replicate whatever.
obviously, because by the name or the number, you can't know what changes are there in that stash.
Okay.
So, Git will keep track of each and every activity, including the stash. The trail it keeps.
Stash will not be logged. Okay, you will
Okay.
have only the commit history. Whatever commits happen, you will have the history, not this stash history.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so these are the different commands. See stash p particular stash. This is for stashing, right? And this is for unstashing and dropping, deleting it. Okay, let me just point out here. These are the commands. Git stash pop, git stash apply, git stash partial stash, git stash drop a particular stash again, then git stash clear will clear everything. These are the different commands we have seen. Any questions in this concept?
This stash will be available only if you are in the. If you log out means, if I assume that I had stashed something today and tomorrow I come back to the work, and then can I get it back, or it won't be available?
Until you delete, it will be there. Until you
Okay.
do this drop or clear, it will be there,
Okay, okay.
right? So that's about the stash. We have understood about merge, branching, merging, and stashing today. These are the three concepts we have discussed today. Git, branch, merge, stash. There is one more advanced concept called rebase. And once we were into rebase, we can go for the remote repositories. We didn't go to remote till now, right? So rebase and then we'll go for remote. Before that, any queries in this part, branching, merging, or stashing? These are all important concepts. Any queries? Are we clear, everyone? Okay. So, let me give you a gist of rebase as well. Good to go. Can I proceed?
Yes.
So what is this rebase? I'll give you an example. Suppose this is a master branch. You have some commits, commit A and commit B. Suppose you made a branch from master, right? B2, and you have commits, commit A and commit B. Okay. Now let's say, okay, this is how branches are created and we are making parallel development. Here some commit C is made. Okay. And then here some commit D was made. And parallelly development is happening on both the branches, which is good. Now, if I want to integrate changes from master to B1 or B2, whatever it is, what should I do? What is this called as?
Source branch.
Mhm.
What is this integrating changes from one
Merge.
branch to
Merging.
merge, right? Merge.
Merging.
And if you have noticed, whenever you merge, okay, a new commit ID will be added as a topmost commit ID into the current branch. Am I correct? This would be the commit history after merge. You can notice when you are doing hands-on, a new commit ID will be added as a topmost commit into the destination branch. This is what happens when you merge. Or if you have a conflict also same, but only the difference is this ID will be different, that's all. But new commit ID will be added into the destination branch whenever you merge with the conflict or without conflict. This is no conflict. This is conflict scenario. This will happen. Also, someone is asking in the beginning, whenever you do this, after some time, after some months, you don't understand which commit is from which branch, right? Because it's parallel development. You have some from the current branch. See, these are from the current branch. This is from parent. Again, there might be from current branch, again from parent, and so on, right? So you don't have clarity on which commits are coming from which branch because of this parallel development. But if you want a commit history in such a way that you need to understand at a later point of time what happened, then whenever you are merging, your commit history should be this way. C should come and sit in here than D. If you want a merge, so if you want a merge, but if you want this kind of log history, and means it shouldn't add a topmost commit, rather it should add between B and C, because that's how the commit is made. Let's say C is made before commit D. So, or else, sorry, that's not the case. First of all parent commits. Means these are all coming from parent branch, correct? Then the child commits. Means if you want this kind of log history, that's called rebase. Means rebase will provide you linear log history. Even though development is happening parallelly, it would show you linear, clear, clean log history. If you want this kind of log history, you should do rebase. It is also a kind of merge, which will rewrite the log history and show the commits in a, means it gives you an assumption that development happened linearly. Linearly means first master is developed, then child. First, you will see all the parent commits, then the child commits. Not that some parent commits, then child, then again parent. No. So if you want to rewrite this kind of log history where you will see all the parent commits, then the child commits, okay, that's called rebase. Rebase is a kind of merge. Understood? Is this clear? Good.
No, but ma'am, there will be date and time clash will be there, like
All the parent commits will be arranged first as per the timestamp. Then all the child commits again as per the timestamp.
okay.
But
But still, the development is happening parallelly. That's what you said, right?
Development is happening parallelly. But if you want this kind of log history without confusion, if you want linear, clean log history, this is what you should do. This is for smaller projects. Okay, this is again warned. Beginners are warned to do this rebase. It's a far advanced concept. You should be very careful doing it. Thumb rule is don't rebase the public branches. Means if you have pushed to remote, don't rebase it. Your log history would be different from others. It may just mess up. This is only for local branches. And there is another type of rebase which I'll talk in a remote. Like rather than this rebase, this type of rebase, we are having another type of rebase which we'll use on remote. It's a pull with rebase that we will learn once we start remote. That is more used than this. But again, the base is same. Like it will provide you linear log history. It will avoid, this is what you should understand. It should avoid latest commits. Because see, ideally, commit C is not the latest one in the current branch, isn't it? Commit D is the one. Why should C added there? Just because you're merging. So it avoids those and shows a linear log history. And if someone sees the log history at this point, they may assume that you might have created branch at commit C. But that's not the case, right? So this is what is rebase. This is theoretical part. We will take up hands-on on this tomorrow and we'll go to remote repositories in the next session. Any questions? Are we good? Can I get a quick confirmation? Thank you. Thanks for your confirmation. You could message or you could also give me thumbs up. Thanks for whoever confirmed. Any questions or confusions you can ask me. Otherwise, yeah, we'll stop here and we'll continue in the next session. And some of you were asking a question where I asked you to share the screen. So are you ready to share your screen?
Yes, I got that. Actually, this is my bad. I didn't save the .ignore file.
All right. Post the screenshot in the WhatsApp group, and a separate WhatsApp group is being created for hands-on, a dedicated group. So you can post it there as well. Or else get it ready for the next class. All right then. We will close here, but go through the quiz, okay, on the portal. You have the quiz available there. Go through the today's quiz, and if anything else is pending, please complete all your pending tasks on the hands-on and get ready for tomorrow. I just want to ask you one thing. How many of you have started doing hands-on? You can raise your hands. Okay, I see 3 hand raise. Please keep it. I should have a count, right? Just keep it for a while. 4 hands, like 4 people started hands-on. That's all. How about you, Rekha? Rekha and everyone. Okay.
Ma'am, I would be starting from today. My bad. I will do it from today.
Sure, sure. Please make a note and a mandatory task.
Sure.
5 people, 5 or 6. That's all. So I want to see many of you doing it. Everyone should do that, right? Not only just attending the sessions, please make sure it's a mandatory task until we complete the course, right? Please plan it that way. Expecting to see more tomorrow. I'll have the count again tomorrow. Expecting more people to join the hands-on. All right then. Thank you all. Good day. See you all tomorrow. Bye everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.